What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NerdyMark channel. I am Sid the NerdyMark, and it is my first video of the new year, so Happy New Year to each and every one of my subscribers. Now, first of all, how do you like the new logo? You like it? Of course you do. It's funny because I actually was looking at it. I did that little video of the logo change, like a little 15-second video, and that got like 300 views. I mean, so should I just make like all my videos like 15 seconds? Is that what I should do? I don't know. I'm gonna try. It's like AEW and NXT in 15 seconds. Oh, AEW was great. NXT was great. Both were really good. There you go. That's gonna be my those are gonna be my reviews from now on. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. No. Along with the logo change, there will be a little bit of a change to the schedule. First of all, AEW and NXT reviews will be back next week, so I will be doing that. And in other news is going to basically still be there, but I will incorporate a piece of wrestling news as well, because I want to definitely have probably I'm going to try to do 4 pieces of news: one from wrestling, one from gaming, one from anime, one from comics, from the realm of comic books. And I also want to, of course, continue to do the reaction videos as well. So I will be doing that. On top of that, I do definitely want to, one of the things I want to accomplish this year is talk a little bit more on this channel, perhaps, a little bit more about mental health. Because as you can see in all of my videos, I do put a link to the suicide hotline. That was honestly because due to the passing of Hana Kimura, I decided to do that. But at the same time, I think that's one step into the right direction, but I also want to have a few more discussions about mental health, whether it be on this channel or start another channel. I don't know, but I do plan to do something along those lines. As far as Armbar Nerds is concerned, I'm still not sure. We're still having a tentative date on when we can put that out. I think since we have, Tim and John still have a couple of other things on their schedule, I'll have to check with them and see when they want to do Armbar Nerds again. Speaking of which, so if you checked on, in case you didn't look on Twitter, yesterday I did record the year-end awards with Tim and Sean. Unfortunately, because of technical difficulties, we have to do it again. So tonight at 11 p.m. EST, which is 10 p.m. CST, I will be on Armbar Audio live, giving you what we thought were the best and worst of 2020. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So like I said, and of course, I am working on an anime review to kick things off as well. I will actually I'm going to review like every single show and OVA in this particular franchise. So it'll probably be throughout the year. I'll probably do one of these reviews every month. I don't want to be like, oh, you'll get 2 anime reviews from me every month, and then 2 in other news in every month or whatever. It really depends, because we have pay-per-views as well that I have to cover, which, by the way, and they'll all go, by the way, all these will go back to edited formats. Just super shows and stuff like that will be like this, okay? So definitely don't get too used to this, because you'll see a little bit less, hopefully you'll see a little bit less, and I'll actually go back to doing edited reviews. Because guys, 2020, I'm not going to lie, I let a lot of things get to me. I let this pandemic get to me. I let a lot of outside things get to me, such as, the protests that happened / riots too, which I don't want to get into too much of that. Of course, the whole death of Hana Kimura, Shad Gaspard, all those things really got to me as well. And I know recently this week we had that happen. I don't want to talk about it too much because, again, no politics on this channel, or even like anything related, anything that will stir up political debate, if that makes sense. If I wanted to do that, I would make a channel called NerdyMark Politics. No, it's never coming. Okay, I'm never talking about politics. Okay, I know never say never, but this is one time where I will say never, ever, ever. will I be discussing politics on across my channel or even across my socials. I may like a couple of things related to politics because I do have my views. Don't get me wrong. I do have political views, which I don't want to talk about it right now, but you can ask me privately if you want. And even then, I may not even talk too much about politics because you know what? Screw politics, frankly. It's never a pleasant discussion when we're talking politics. Okay. Anyways, sorry. I don't mean to dwell on that weight too much. But yeah, like all my point was, I decided that certain things are not in my control. It was not under my control that all those protesters got hurt or all those people who rioted, just burned up buildings. It's not under my control that a bunch of people decided to storm the Capitol. So I decided that I'm not going to let that circumstances that are not within my control, I'm not going to let them play a factor into things that I want to achieve in 2021. And it's not just for YouTube, for my personal life as well. As you know, I am in the middle of a job search, and I will not let that deter me from securing employment. And I'm also actually, for those who don't know, I'm actually working on trying to become a copywriter as well. So I want to write articles and blogs and stuff too. Right now, I want to kind of do it more freelance. So, by the way, that's a totally different thing. If you want something like that from me, definitely DM me, and we will discuss rates and all that good stuff. So, I'm definitely going to be doing that a lot more. And yeah, I mean, I have a lot of things that I have planned for 2021. This channel and my personal life as well. Like I said, me and Tim also have been talking about doing a little something, so that might be coming out soon. Yeah, I just want to be a little bit more enterprising this year. I want to do a lot more collabs, so if anybody watching this video, if you want to collab, please DM me. I would love to be a part of your channel, or you come here on mine. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. So yeah, but I hope you guys have goals and things that you would like to achieve in 2021 in your life. So I hope you do achieve everything you do. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do achieve everything that you want, all of you, everyone who's watching. So with that being said, again, wish you all a very, very, I turned Indian for a second. Wish you all a very happy new year. No, wish you all a very happy new year, 2021. Let's, here's the thing. Listen, we decided that 2021 was going to be better than 2020. Why are you letting outside factors play into how your year is going to go, right? Yes, feel bad for it. Be angry, voice your opinion, great. But let's go on, let's move on, let's focus on what we have to focus on, and that is ourselves. That's just my philosophy. You can agree with it, you can disagree with it, I don't care, okay? But that's just what I think, all right? Like, we decided that we wanted 2021 to be better, so why not make it better? Because you see, 2021, just because the year, it's just the date changed. It changed from December 31st, 2020 to January 1st, 2021. That is all. That's all that happened. Okay? 2021 is not a magic pill that is going to dissipate all your problems. We have to go out there and make it happen. Oh, damn, that's weird. And I'm not just saying this for you, I'm saying this for me too, because I'm looking at myself here in the camera and I'm saying this to me. So Sid, make shit happen, dude. Anyways, yeah, seriously, like, let's make things happen, folks. 2021, let's do it. I didn't mean to get all Gary V on all you guys, or Tony Robbins, or whoever you like to listen to or watch. But I just felt like I needed to say that in light of recent events. So yeah. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk. I have a couple of wrestling topics, and I want to get into one particular topic in nerd culture. I think you should see a big hint on my shirt. So we'll be talking about that. Ooh, excuse me. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about now, as I mentioned before, the reason I wanted to get into doing all these super shows is so I can talk about other promotions. apart from AEW and NXT. So let's get into Wrestle Kingdom 15. And I am sorry, I should have gotten a better picture. Anyway, Wrestle Kingdom 15 was on January 4th and 5th. It was 2 nights. For those who don't know, Wrestle Kingdom is New Japan Pro Wrestling's answer to WrestleMania. And it was an absolutely fantastic show. I really recommend you guys go check it out and definitely go watch it if you can. Obviously, I know you may not have time to watch the entire event, so let me just talk about some of my favorite matches from night 1 and night 2. So from night 1, some of my favorite matches, Hiromu Takahashi versus El Fantasmo to face off against Taiji Ishimori on night 2. I also really enjoyed the Dangerous Tekkers versus Master Wato and Ryusuke Taguchi. Master Wato, dude, was the real MVP of that match. Definitely check that out. Will Ospreay, fresh off of his heel turn, versus Kazuchika Okada, the man he betrayed. Fantastic match there. Really good storytelling throughout the match. And of course, the main event where Kota Ibushi, we'll talk about Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito. It was really good. That was a great match. Night 2, I'll be honest with you. Night 1 was definitely a lot better than Night 2. Night 2 was fine. It was a decent card. But I would say my favorite matches included Shingo Takagi versus Jeff Cobb for the Never Openweight Championship. Definitely Hiromu Takahashi versus Taiji Ishimori for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, and finally Jay White versus Kota Ibushi to determine who the new IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champions were going to be, and the winner of that match was Kota Ibushi, and I could not be more happy for this young man. He's older than me, but no, I could not be more than happy for this guy here because I have been watching Kota Ibushi, and whatever I've seen of him, I have been more than happy to talk about. Even Kenny Omega, his former Golden Lover tag team partner, had a lot of words of praise for Ibushi. So I'm very excited about that. I think definitely down the line we could see Ibushi versus Kenny. It looks like the Forbidden Door continues to be more and more, because it seems to be slightly ajar at this point. So it seems like the Forbidden Door is, like I said, slightly ajar right now. Obviously, AEW with their whole partnership with Impact Wrestling, and now I think that in 2021, now that they don't have Harold Mage on top anymore, and they have a new president for New Japan. I think hopefully that he will be more. I forgot his name, but hopefully he will be more open to working with other promotions. So I know back then New Japan and Ring of Honor were having a big relationship. I don't know how. I don't know if that's still going on, but if AEW and New Japan work together, my goodness, that's going to be crazy. Of course, New Japan Strong is happening. We actually did on Wrestle Kingdom 15, we did have a video message from the IWGP US champion, Jon Moxley. And it looks like, obviously, Kenta is going to be his first challenger. Obviously, Kenta is going to be the one who challenges him for that title. I'm thinking once travel restrictions are a little bit more lenient, I'm pretty sure they'll fly out Kenta over to the U.S., have him do some stuff in New Japan Strong. What would be really cool is if they have the attacker who attacked Jon Moxley before his match against Kenny be Kenta. That would have been cool, but I guess it was Kenny at the end of the day doing what he had to do and whatnot, and that's cool. It was fine, but if it does end up, if they do want to continue that storyline and you have Kenta coming out and say, it was me, Moxley, it was me all along, Moxley, that would be cool too. So I would be very, very excited to see that. Now this right here, obviously this picture right here, this picture right here, okay, it's weird. It's basically like a mirror. Like, this is my right hand, this is my left hand. but it's like this. You get you know what I'm saying. But yeah, but this picture right here is definitely is definitely a show of a show of just honestly, he's been in a bit of a slump. Kota Ibushi has, and now finally, in his words, he said that he would become God, and finally now he has become God. And I am, like I said, I could not be more excited to see Kota Ibushi. Eventually, I would love to see Ibushi versus Omega again at some point. And then, of course, hopefully at some point we even see Kota Ibushi down in AEW trying to basically humble Kenny Omega. And, we see him. And, oh my God, I can't wait for if they ever have that eventual match. I really, really can't wait. That's going to be something. So I'm just really excited for Kota Ibushi. My mind is racing right now. Obviously, a lot of good matches could happen if we have a lot of these New Japan. If we have a working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, at least New Japan Strong, at least them, at least New Japan Strong, and I'd be more than happy. Obviously, right now, like I said, with the pandemic, travel restrictions are still there. Hopefully, down the line, we can have fewer travel restrictions. Hopefully, this whole mess goes away this year. But again, see, those are not circumstances under our control. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it happens. And fingers crossed we finally do get, like I said, Kenny Omega versus Kota Ibushi, and that blows open the forbidden door between Japan and the U.S. And finally that happens. So I am more than happy for Kota Ibushi, though, just in general, for being double champion. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. So congratulations to Kota Ibushi. Congratulations to New Japan for putting on another absolutely fantastic show. 2 thumbs up across the board. Well, Night 1 gets 2 thumbs up. Night 2 gets a thumbs up because I think Night 1 was a lot better than Night 2. That's just my opinion. Okay, I know I'm a stupid I'm a stupid NXT mark, so I don't know shit about New Japan, right, Tim? Anyway, so yeah, but let's move on. Let's talk about our 2 shows for this week. And we'll start with AEW's New Year's Smash Night 1, because we're going to have Night 2 this coming Wednesday. Now, oh wow, I didn't even pull up the card. But anyway, I'll just talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. I thought, obviously, the main event was really good. The whole thing. Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. I think, obviously, Wardlow versus Jake Hager. Very good match. I really, really enjoyed that one. I also really liked... oh my God, what else? Dude, I forgot what was in there. Anyway, but yeah, Wardlow versus Jake Hager was a really, really good match. And it absolutely delivered on all accounts, just because, they kind of came out... They kind of just came out slugging, you know what I mean? Both of them did, because and I think again it continues to what do I say? Continues to challenge the concept of the big man. It continues to say the big man is not always just has to, like I said, be slow moving and logging people around. No, these 2 are extremely agile athletes, and it's fantastic to see that. Of course, Wardlow did win that match, and it was really, really good. So, excuse me. Obviously, we had... and before that, we did have the Young Bucks and SCU teaming up to take on the Acclaimed, which is Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, as well as TH2. Very good match here. Good stuff so far. I think, the faces won this one. It seems like, and there's this whole stipulation where SCU are kind of teasing a split, because they said because Frankie basically said the moment CD and him lose in tag team competition, they will never be, SCU will not be a tag team ever again. Already Scorpio Sky has been going out and branching out and doing his own thing. So what could this mean for SCU down the line? I mean, we kind of forgot about that, right? A little bit. Anyway, we had Cody Rhodes with none other than Snoop Dogg in his corner, taking on Matt Sydal, and this was actually a really good match. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I know Matt Sydal has been doing a lot on Dark, but this is my first time I think seeing him on Dynamite. I think he's been on Dynamite before, but he's definitely come a long way since that little slip up in during his debut. So that was crazy, but yeah, I mean it was really cool to see that. And Cody Rhodes obviously is very compatible with anybody at this point, and he of course beats Matt Sydal. Not of course during the match he did get into a little bit with Chaos Project. What's his name, Luther and El Serpentico, and both of them did come out and attack. Both of them did attack Sydal and Cody. And Snoop Dogg came in and did this weird frog splash. I don't know what the hell it was, but whatever. And he pinned El Serpentico, and Cody did a 1, 2, 3 count. I thought that was kind of cool. That was interesting. But yeah, that was fine. Hikaru Shida took on Abaddon in a pretty good match. I really enjoyed this one. I think I really loved the build for Abaddon and like the whole storyline that they were building, where Shida is kind of fearful of Abaddon. Because, well, why wouldn't she be? She's a literal zombie. Hello. And I think it was good. I think it was a fantastic match. I think Abaddon has her outlandish style. Shida has her technical style. And I'm just very excited to see what Shida does next. I think obviously Shida did win this match, but it was kind of poised for Shida to defeat Abaddon. But Abaddon, of course, did not go out without a fight. Again, she still looked really good in defeat. That's the thing about AEW. They usually make even the people who lose look pretty good in defeat. So that's pretty awesome. But anyway, I think Abaddon will be back in the title picture sooner than later. But as far as someone who should take the title off of Shida, at this point, I'm just looking at Britt Baker. I think it would make a lot of sense, especially with her heel character. I mean, if she has that AEW Women's Championship, like it will be that much more. Like it'll add that much more of a layer to her character, which would be so awesome to see. I mean, Shida's been an amazing champion, but I don't mind if they basically do an Asuka and have her just vacate the title. But then again, there's no NXT equivalent in AEW, so I don't know what to tell you. But I think if you have to, I would not mind seeing, like, if you bring back some of those Joshi wrestlers once travel restrictions are over, one of them, honest to God. Any other people that could take it off of her? Like, yeah, right now, her. I wouldn't mind seeing Anna Jay go for Shida once again. Ty Conti would be really cool. I mean, Ty Conti obviously there would be a bit of a story there because she did beat her friend Anna Jay, so now she wants to fight for the honor of Anna. So that would be that could be an interesting storyline going into that. Thunder Rosa once again could finally, now that she doesn't have the NWA Women's title, she can focus solely on the AEW Women's Championship, and that would be another great match because that match was really good. I would love to see that once again. See, that's the thing. AEW Women's Division, we just need really good matches right now, and I mean they've been delivering, but I really think that again, I mean now luckily they have this in relationship with Impact. So let's see where this goes for the women's division because I know AEW, I know that Impact's women's division is absolutely stacked. So I really want to see what they do with that. I hope they utilize. I hope they utilize now that they seem to have their women's disposal. That their women's AEW Impact's women's division at their disposal. I want to see if AEW will actually use it. You know what I'm saying? So let's kind of move on. Of course, finally the main event with Kenny Omega versus Phoenix. 15 minutes of absolute brilliance. This was fantastic. Yes, they have faced off before in the Indies. There was a match. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. There was a match in NEW. Okay, the promotion NEW where Kenny Omega did face off against Phoenix, and that was a damn good match. Okay, this one, it was finally good to see these two having a match on national television. I mean, Phoenix is just amazing, as is Kenny. He's still really good. It was just really good to see two amazing athletes go at it. And after the match, we did have Kenny Omega. After the match, we did have Gallows and Anderson make their AEW debut, and the Young Bucks come out, try to stop them from beating up on Moxley, who actually came out too, and who cut a promo early on Kenny Omega. So it looks like, you know, he's coming back for his AEW championship and whatnot. So that should be interesting. But anyway, damn, this freaking light. I need to get one of those ring lights. I really do. Anyways, but we will eventually. So don't worry. But anyway, I think that just go watch this match, dude. It was freaking great. I think it was really cool to see the Young Bucks come out, kind of be a little reluctant to do the whole too sweet thing when Gallows Anderson and Kenny Omega did it, but finally they were like, all right, fine. And they did the too sweet, but you could see the reluctance on their face. So I'm guessing we're going towards another Bullet Club Civil War. I'm guessing that, you know, we may have something like Cody and Adam Page on one side, along with some other people, along with 3 other guys or something. We could have Cody, Adam Page, and Death Triangle on one side versus Bullet Club, right? For example, even my buddy Tim was mentioning Blood and Guts. Should they ever choose to do that, I would love to see this match. Blood and Guts, Cody, Adam Page, as well as Death Triangle, now that they have a little bit of a gripe with Kenny, versus Kenny, the Good Brothers, and the Young Bucks. Or, of course, the Elite. You know, the Elite. Anyway. So, too sweet. Anyways. Sorry. But that could be really cool. I mean, there's a lot of directions where you can take this storyline. And I am more than happy to see where this goes. I'm going to be patient with it, but I want to see where this goes because it's absolutely exciting. So that's how we ended out New Year's Smash with the Elite looking tall, Elite/Bullet Club looking tall. And like I said, the story continues. So with that, let's move on to NXT's way of welcoming in the new year. NXT's New Year's Evil, which was hosted by Dexter Lumis. As far as NXT was also a very solid show. We began with Karrion Kross versus Damian Priest. It was actually, you know, I'm from New York now. Actually, no, I'm gonna drink my water because I'm from New York now. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. By the way, I really want to go to New York someday. Not just for the wrestling. I want to honestly try the food. I'm a big foodie, so yeah. Anyways, sorry, but we're getting off topic. But who cares about food? It's only about wrestling. Anyways, so I think this was a fantastic match. See, both AEW and NXT had all these big guy matches, these hoss matches, if you will, and both of them show that the definition of a hoss is completely gone. No more Big Show it's not. You don't have to be the Big Show or Bobby Lashley or a Brock Lesnar or a Mark Henry or a Braun Strowman. Those are the old school hosses. Okay, and nothing wrong with them, by the way. But now times have changed, and we have seen that big men in wrestling can go as well. So this is really warms my heart to see this. Fantastic match between these two men. Absolutely wonderful. Karrion Kross does end up taking the win, and it seems that Damian Priest is going up to Raw or SmackDown. I think it's SmackDown because he was hanging out backstage. I honestly would not have him show up at all until the Royal Rumble. Like, and perhaps, get into a feud with a SmackDown superstar. Like, I mean, we all know it's going to be Baron Corbin. Like, we all know. Because that's what they do to NXT superstars. Oh, yeah, you're coming up from NXT. Congratulations. You get to fight Baron Corbin or Dolph Ziggler. Because that's what they freaking do. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it. But fingers crossed, I pray that they do something good with Damian Priest. They have to. Come on. Or bring back Aleister Black with a new character. Have those two feud. Like, I'm giving you so many ideas right there. Or have him debut as a heel and have him completely decimate Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens versus Karrion Kross. There's your feud. Karrion Kross. Damian Priest. Damian Priest versus Aleister Black would be really good. Damian Priest versus Roman Reigns. I would love to see that match. Maybe not right away for AEW. Sorry, I still really am a huge AEW fan, aren't I? I'm still thinking about AEW and everything going on with Kenny and all that stuff. But anyway, but Damian Priest versus Roman Reigns. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso would be fine. It would be fine. Damian Priest versus Daniel Bryan, dude. Are you kidding me? I would love that match. Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Give me that match. Because Damian Priest is also a martial artist, as is Shinsuke Nakamura. They both have like these very outlandish personalities. Dude, give me that match. Just give me 15 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes of Damian Priest and Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't need a title on the line. I don't need anything. Just 15 minutes of these two men wrestling. Because, frankly, I am sick and tired of people undermining Damian Priest. Okay, he was underrated when he was Punishment Martinez, and he's being underrated right now in WWE. And I will not stand for it. Give me a showcase between him and Shinsuke Nakamura. Give me Priest versus Cesaro. Priest versus Sami Zayn. The opportunities to give these men great matches are endless. It's right there in your hands, WWE. Don't frickin' mess this up, please. Anyway, so, excuse me, sorry. Next up, we have the NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar defending his title against Gran Metalik. Awesome match here, all the flippy shit, as it were. This was, this was definitely a spot fest, but it was very good. Really good stuff. But again, I kind of expect these type of things from two lucha libre, two men whose basic foundation for wrestling is lucha libre. So this was your typical luchador match, and it was really good. So I really liked it. But of course, Escobar does win. I have a feeling that Jake Atlas might take the title off of Santos Escobar, or Isaiah Swerve Scott. Even though Swerve Scott seems to be going more and more towards the heel turn, but we'll see. So that should be interesting. Let's talk about my soulmate Xia Li, my wife Xia Li, and coming back with this new theme. Basically, she's a heel now, and she basically squashed a jobber, Katrina Cortez. She basically squashed her. This whole storyline with this kind of like this triad woman or guy, I don't know who it is, someone sitting on the throne, her and Boa going through all this rigorous training. It's just absolutely, it's just kind of weird. what's going on here, but it still kind of got me intrigued. Like, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I was like, what the hell are they doing? I really didn't care, but after seeing Zaya's new attitude, I'm like, what could be going on here? You know, and I think Boa eventually is gonna have a match, and he's gonna squash a jobber down the line. So we'll see. We then got another really one of the best matches of tonight. Raquel Gonzalez taking on Rhea Ripley in a last woman standing match. Fantastic match here. I absolutely loved it. I love the spot where Rhea Ripley was just buried under like a table and a bunch of stuff, and she just Incredible Hulked it out of it. It was so cool. But of course, after a huge power bomb on the entranceway, Rhea Ripley could not answer the count of 10, and Raquel Gonzalez did win. Of course, Dakota Kai did get involved, and she got shoved into a locker for her troubles. I mean, brings back memories from high school. Not really. I'm kidding. I've never got. I can safely say that in high school, no matter what kind of stupid shit happened to me in high school, I was never stuffed into a locker. So thank goodness for that. Anyway, but this was really interesting. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure Dakota flashback to her high school days. But anyway, this was good, and this also seems to be the swan song for Rhea Ripley as well. It is rumored that she's going to go up to the main roster again. Do not show her until the Rumble. Do not announce her for the Rumble either. Just let her show up at the Royal Rumble and kick ass. Okay? Again, great matches you can have. Her versus Charlotte Flair, Part 2. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair 2. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch whenever she returns. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka, because she's faced off against Io, and that was a really good match. Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler at some point. I don't know whether she's going to Raw or SmackDown. I don't know, but yeah, versus Shayna Baszler, because she's beaten. Because that can be a story. Hey Shayna, look, I kicked your ass on NXT, and I'm gonna kick your ass over here, bitch. Whatever. I mean, hell, even her versus Nia Jax, as long as Nia Jax doesn't injure her. Rhea Ripley versus Sasha Banks would be cool. Rhea Ripley versus, I don't know, maybe not Carmella, but Rhea Ripley versus Bayley, that would be fine too. Yeah, so you also have a handful of options for Rhea Ripley. Just book her properly, Vince. Just do it, okay? I know she's not Charlotte Flair, but look, she's blonde. I mean, is that some sort of redeeming quality for you? She's blonde, so book her. Jesus Christ, freaking Vince McMahon. Anyway, but yeah, good match here. I wish both Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley the best of luck on the main roster. I don't want to wish anything bad. Just want to say good luck to both of them. But anyway, we then had The Way celebrating the new year. The Way, that is Johnny Gargano, Candace LeRae, Indy Hartwell, and Austin Theory. And this was cool. It was. I mean, again, I'm honestly Johnny Gargano's heel turn. Ever since he turned heel, he's been able to do some fantastic character work. Like, I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, him being a chicken shit heel kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because as a face, he was like one of those underdogs. He was always like fighting. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get up to where I want to be. It would have been interesting to have him be more of like that fighting heel. Kind of could still be a fighter, but kind of not, just not be a good guy. Just be a bad guy. But they kind of started off like that, but eventually he started to rely more on deception and cheap tricks. And frankly, now it actually suits him. I actually really like it. I like him being more of a comical heel. It's just really cool. I think this is probably some of the best work that Johnny Gargano has done. Of course, his in-ring work has not suffered because of this, so I'm really excited. But anyway, we had a whole celebration where he broke the curse, because every time he's defended a title, he's lost it. And finally, he defended it against Leon Ruff, and he won. So there you go. The curse is broken. Shotzi Blackheart interrupts, and with her tank, she shoots like a Austin Theory tries to get involved. She shoots like this thing, like a tank. The tank has like this like weird kind of a dart. She shoots it at Austin Theory right in the junk, and he is like, oh, and he's hurt. And Dexter Lumis, the host, rings, and out comes Kushida to help out Shotzi, and beats up on Johnny Gargano a little bit. Then obviously we had Dexter Lumis ring the bell, and we have an impromptu match. Now Gargano and Candace are not in their gear; they are dressed up in street clothes, but they're both still really good. They both held their own throughout this match. Austin Theory did get involved, but Shotzi kicked him in the balls again, which was great. And Kushida and Shotzi put away the Garganos. And it looks like Kushida is being poised to become the new North American champion, and I'm all for it. So, I'm looking forward to that. And finally, we had our main event. But Finn Balor, the NXT champion, the Prince, versus Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT championship. Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, and this was fantastic. Really good stuff. Again, I mean, I think honestly NXT was just mirroring AEW this week, minus the celebrity guest appearance by Snoop Dogg. I'm wondering if I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have a big I'm pretty sure Snoop Dogg and Sasha Banks are gonna have a big talk because I forgot to mention on AEW, Snoop Dogg remixed Cody Rhodes' theme, so I think there's going to be a bit of a talk between Cody, Sasha, and Snoop. So there's going to be interesting. I'm not just kidding, obviously, but yeah, I mean that was pretty cool to see that. Anyway, but there was no celebrity appearance by Snoop Dogg on NXT. That's the only difference, really. But otherwise, it was almost the same show, really. This is my opinion. Not that it's a bad thing. Stop. Not that it's a bad thing, but the shows did feel very similar. But this main event was fantastic. Just technical brilliance across both of these competitors. And I could not be more happy. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think their match at TakeOver was a little bit better, but not by a lot. Just by a margin. This one was really good. But, for an NXT show, it was really good. And I've really enjoyed it. So, and of course, Kyle O'Reilly did lose again. Finn Balor does win, but, not without getting his head busted open. Both men, Finn Balor continued to hold his jaw because, he had his jaw surgically repaired. And, obviously, Finn Balor gave Kyle O'Reilly a receipt, and hit his jaw when Kyle O'Reilly was in a submission, and he got to the ropes with his teeth. So Finn Balor just kicked his face in to the damn teeth and to the ropes, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so, like, my jaw started hurting. I was like, Jesus Christ, So a lot of really cool spots, a lot of brutal stuff here. No one really played the face or the heel. It was just two men who can frickin' go in the ring, just showing that they can do what they do best. So, like I said, it's a masterclass in pro wrestling. Good stuff. I do need to see Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher at some point. I would love to see that. Again, but Kyle O'Reilly again did a great job in keeping Finn Balor grounded. So that was there. So with that being said, again, NXT was also a solid show. I would say AEW continues to intrigue me with its storylines. NXT continues to give us amazing matches. So that's all I got to say. But overall, I would say that both shows rang in the new year with a bang. So that's all I got to say. But that's pretty much it. Let's talk about some fun stuff. Well, this is also fun, but let's switch gears from wrestling and let's get into some more nerdy stuff. Now, as you can see, I am wearing my Star Wars t-shirt because, yes, we're going to talk about the new shows coming on Disney Plus. The new 10 new Star Wars shows that is coming out for Disney Plus throughout in the coming years, I guess. So I mean, this is like the Star Wars cinematic universe or whatever. This is, I guess, the Star Wars extended universe is what we will call it, because DC has DC extended universe where they technically did include like the CW shows. Um, so yeah, and of course they have like the DC, the Titans show, and like a bunch of other, and Batwoman and Black Lightning and all that stuff. So I mean, yeah, I mean they're all kind of included in that show. But of course, it started with the Mandalorian. By the way, Mandalorian season 2, 2 thumbs up. Really loved it. Really, really good. I would say it was a little bit slower than season 1, but it was still really good. I think towards the latter half of the season, it started to pick up really good. Of course, we had Sasha Banks in that show, Mercedes Vernado. That's her real name, of course. Um, we had Ahsoka Tano show up. I keep forgetting that actress's name. I keep wanting to say Genesis Rodriguez, but that's not her name. That's not her name. I'm so sorry. Please let me know what that actress's name was in the comments below. But I do want to kind of run down all the Star Wars shows. Just to talk about what everything could mean. So let's kind of talk about the one that I'm really looking for. That's really got me interested, and that is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Apparently, it is picking up. It is going to be Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen taking up the roles of Obi-Wan and Anakin, respectively. This is going to take place after the events of Revenge of the Sith. So I'm guessing it's going to be between Episode 3 and Episode 4. See, all these Star Wars shows are going to fit somewhere neatly within the Star Wars movies. All 9 of them, I guess. So some of these are, by the way, some of these are shows and some of these are movies. Okay, I'm guessing Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be a movie. So yeah. Oh no, well, they didn't really mention whether it's a movie or a series. Oh yeah, it is a series. I'm reading an article on USA Today. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, it is going to be a series. We also have Ahsoka, who, like I said, made her first appearance on The Mandalorian season 2, and her debut. Oh, Rosario Dawson, that's her name, Rosario Dawson. I'm so sorry. But yeah, obviously we had an inkling of what we can expect, because in the episode where she was in, she basically asked, "Where is Admiral Thrawn?" So we're gonna get Admiral Thrawn in this whole new this whole Star Wars universe, the Star Wars extended universe. That's what we're calling it, the Star Wars extended universe. Okay. Anyway, but Ahsoka Tano it's gonna be. I'm really excited to see what Ahsoka Tano is going to have to offer. Obviously, whatever I saw of her in Clone Wars and Rebels was really good. I never really finished Clone Wars. The only reason is because all the episodes are like out of order, and I have to like look online, like, oh, which episode do I have to watch now? And I just didn't want to do it. So I honestly just am gonna go ahead and just look at like what's happened so far on that. So I can watch the next show that I want to talk about, which is The Bad Batch. Now, I did touch up on this a little bit. It is, of course, The Bad Batch, of course, is going to be, taking place right after the events of Clone Wars Season 7. And this, of course, is a batch of bad clones that, couldn't basically be implanted with the Order 66 command. Excuse me, because what we learned was that Execute Order 66, that command is actually a kind of a trigger. It's actually a what is it called? It's basically like like a kill switch. That's kind of what it is, and more than just a cute little phrase. Execute Order 66. Order 66 is it's a thing that triggers the clones to kill all Jedi in sight. So that's why we had that whole purge of the Jedi. So yeah, Order 66. Right. I guess this is right after the Order 66 stuff and whatnot, and obviously going into right after the events of that and Clone Wars as well. So we're going to see how these Bad Batch basically, how this Bad Batch survives in this new world. We also have something called Rangers of the New Republic. And there's not really much known about it except for the fact that Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Rangers are all going to be interconnected. So that is very exciting. Looking to see what they do with that. We have Star Wars Andor, which actually takes place which is a prequel to the Rogue One series, and that follows Cassian Andor and K2SO, which was K2SO was honestly one of the best things about Rogue One, and I really liked K2SO, and honestly, I almost mourned his death because it was very brutal, and rest in peace, K2SO. Anyway, that's going to be interesting. We also have Star Wars Visions. This is going to come to Disney Plus, and it's going to be 10 visual animated shorts taking place within the Star Wars universe. So, and apparently, from what I'm reading right now, it says each film will come from different animation studios. And according to the Star Wars Twitter, the films will celebrate the Star Wars galaxy throughout the lens of the world's best Japanese anime creators. Oh my god, I'm even more excited for this now because this is gonna be anime style. I am so freaking excited. Now I literally just read it and I was like, dude, this is gonna be awesome. Star Wars, and then Lando is gonna be interesting, and it looks like I wonder if I don't think Billy D. Williams is going to take place on is going to come in for Lando. I don't know if he will. Maybe he. It's gonna be on Disney Plus as well. We did see Billy D. Williams in Rise of Skywalker, so that was really cool to see him. But will they use him or will they use Donald Glover? Is my question. So I'm wondering about that. The Acolyte, which is going to take place apparently after the Phantom Menace. So this is like even way before the Star Wars, before the Star Wars movies. So this is going to be interesting. So it's going to be. I don't know what this is going to be about, but I guess it's going to take place. It says it's going to be a mystery thriller that takes place near the end of the High Republic. So that should be interesting. So obviously, the acolytes in Star Wars were a big thing back then. I don't know much about the acolytes. I haven't really read a lot of the expanded universe books. So, but it's kind of cool. I don't know if they're in the expanded universe. Someone has to tell me in the comments. But if they were, that's awesome. And I'm just really looking forward to another thing, which is a droid story, which actually puts C-3PO and R2-D2 center stage. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet until now. So, and apparently this is also going to be an animated series. So I am excited for that. Rogue Squadron is going to be a film. It's going to be a movie. This is going to be apparent. I don't know. It's apparently going to be released in 2023 Christmas. So yeah, this is going to be across, I guess, 2-3 years, kind of like the MCU, which was started in 2008 and now has been 10 years, 2018. But yeah, this is, I guess, phase 1 of this new Star Wars thing. And of course, they didn't mention this on this, but they did. But there is going to be the Book of Boba Fett, because if you saw the last scene, the post-credit scene in Mandalorian, you saw that Boba Fett basically goes to Jabba the Hutt's area, where Jabba the Hutt's no more. His assistant has taken his place. I forget his name. And, he shoots him dead and sits on that throne, and we see the Book of Boba Fett. I am actually really looking forward to this, because Boba Fett became a badass once again. Well, Boba Fett was a freaking badass in Mandalorian 2. Man, in episode 6, where he debuted. Yeah, in episode 5 or episode 6, I forget. But whichever one he debuted in, he basically got thrown into that Sarlacc pit, and he really didn't get much to do. I wonder if they're going to talk about that. I would really like to see them talk about what happened to him in the Sarlacc pit, what happened, and how he escaped, and all that good stuff. So that would be interesting to see something like that. But With that, I don't know if it's gonna be part of the Mandalorian. I don't know if this was the first 2 seasons were maybe the Book of Din Djarin, and now it's the Book of Boba Fett. So I get maybe it'll continue on the. Um, it could perhaps continue, on the whole Mandalorian on the under the name under the Mandalorian umbrella. But it could just be the Book of Boba Fett instead of the Book of Din Djarin. Who knows? I'm hoping that Din Djarin and Grogu do make an appearance at some point, because obviously they're interconnected now. So we'll see, man. But Star Wars. I just give me all the freaking Star Wars right now. I am so freaking excited. So let's freaking go. I'm obviously looking most forward to Bad Batch, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and now Star Wars Visions. Now that I learned it's going to be an anime, that's going to be awesome. So, and of course Obi-Wan Kenobi, which apparently is going to be a series. So that should be cool. So yeah, definitely check those out when they come out. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to if you're into Star Wars, and which Star Wars shows you're looking forward to in the comment section below. But that's pretty much it. That is the NerdyMark Super Show. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about, of course, Wrestle Kingdom 15, AEW and AEW's New Year's Smash, and NXT's New Year's Evil. And of course, what shows and / movies are you looking forward to in the new Star Wars Extended Universe, as I like to call it now. But thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, follow on the socials. Don't forget to hit that bell, so you know when I've posted a video or I'm live or whatever. I'm gonna try to keep these to live streams from now on. We'll see what happens. But with that being said, hope you guys have a great new year and a great 2021. And here's to a great 2021 ahead. I'm going to drink the last bit of my water. So here's to a great 2021 ahead. All right. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Take care.